I am going to talk about a new process by which we can tackle different kind of disease. Right now I am working at the exactly interface of chemistry and biology and nucleic acid as a thematic area. Majorly what we do, we try to understand the three-dimensional structure formation of nucleic acid, then try to engineer or chemically synthesize new type of bases to target nucleic acid structure. Also we try to develop small molecule, organic small molecule which can specifically bind this kind of structure and interfere with the biological signal which is not desired. How cell decide which cell has to be die? This is a representation of chromosome, and the end of the chromosome, as I told you, single stranded. Okay. Every time a cell is getting divided, the length of the single strand is decreasing. Every time I have shown say 4 steps, always it is decreasing to end of the chromosome, which is known as a telomere. This is the process when it is getting divided. There is another protein machinery which try to extend the end of the chromosome or telomere. So there is a balance. One process is trying to extend, another process, cell division, is trying to decrease. Now there is a competition. If the division is becoming more prominent and once a length is becoming a critical length, then cell gets signal that I have to die now. I cannot replicate further, I cannot divide further. So length of this chromosome will decide whether a cell is going to die or is going to divide further. Now in a stage which is basically not normal stage, this protein machinery somehow is becoming overactive. That means it is extending very high efficiently. As a result, your cell is getting replicated, but the length of this end is not decreasing. So as a result, cell is not able to decide when to die. I have a extended single stranded end at the telomere, which is G-ridge region. I know G-ridge region can form quadruplex structure in presence of some monovalent cation. Now my intention, can I design a small molecule like a small ion which will also induce this single stranded structure to a 4-stranded structure such a way that it will not recognize the protein machinery which was extending the length. If it is not able to extend the length, I know cell has to die. That means I can stop at least the growth of the cell, which means growth of the cancer. So again we start with computational understanding of the structure, and we have come out different kind of small molecule. I want to give one example here. This is a cyclic peptide molecule. It is a artificial molecule, you don't see in nature. It is chemically synthesized. It has been designed based on the architecture of the quadruplex, which we have seen at the end of the chromosome. Basically they are planar, I have shown it. Now this planar structure is highly electron rich. Now again if I go back to my chemistry knowledge in BSc, that there could be a strong interaction between pi-pi interactions. If I have a electron rich molecule, if I bring another electron rich molecule, they will be interacting very strongly. So that means I can design a molecule which is similar size of this tetrad as I shown you, with highly reached electron molecule. That means there is a possibility they will interact with the quadruplex structure which I was explaining. So this is the molecule which has this phenomena. They are planar, they have a highly electron rich group which may have interaction with the DNA bases which is going to form the quadruplex. So based on this knowledge, this has been designed. So you can design in computer, you can measure their size, you can also create your structure, then ask them to interact and can predict really they are interacting at the computational system or not. If you see few molecules, yes, there are strong interactions, then as a chemist we go to the lab, try to synthesize this molecule. Then again go back, do the real experiment in the test tube, whatever we have seen in the computer is correct or not. If we see yes, this molecule is doing my job, then I throw this molecule to the cell, try to see cell is dying or not. That is the way we go about. In between there are some experiments which I am going to discuss how we have done it. So, this is a computational study. You can see that the blue green part is the quadruplex, how you see in a larger scale. It looks like the same way, and the middle, that orange part is basically density of the electron. You can see there is highly dense electron, and the molecule which we have designed is perfectly going and sitting on that site where basically electron reached guanine group is there. That means the design of this molecule, or we have optimized the design. Out of several molecules, few molecules may show the feature which you are basically looking for. So, by that way we just screen down, come back with a small number of molecule, because you cannot synthesize a large number of molecule in laboratory scale. So, there are different ways to design molecules. One way I have shown, another way says there is a quadruplex formation. This is like a cylinder. So, to block the structure, what I generally will think, I will wrap the structure. So, whether we can create a molecule which will go and wrap the structure like that, so that protein machinery cannot attack anymore. So, there are several other molecules we have designed with this kind of philosophy, and I have shown in the picture. I can increase the length to increase the wrap. So, if I increase the wrap, the binding strength will be higher. So, I can fine tune again very low binding affinity molecule to the high binding affinity molecule using this strategy. Again we have gone to the computer, tried to ask, yes, what are the molecules we have designed, how many of them are basically following the feature which I am looking for. So, these are basically computational study, and some picture I am showing. This is 1 unit, then 2 unit. If you go to the 2 unit system, you can see the wrapping has been started. Okay. Now, I can go for 3 unit, 4 unit together, and more wrap is going on. That means all molecule does not wrap. Some molecules which wrap we take forward. There are another type of molecule, again computationally I have shown that they have huge interaction with the tetrad I was talking about. These are all computational study I have discussed. Now, yes, most of the cases experimentalists, they do not believe whatever computer, like you cannot design a drug molecule in computer, treat disease tomorrow. You have to ask several questions in between. First, whether it is really working or not, because from a laboratory to launch a drug you need 20 years and few millions dollars. That means there is a huge amount of experiment is happening in between. The first few experiments which basically happens in the laboratory scale, which we do in the research institute. So, this experiment we have started in that context. First, I have to understand molecule is going and binding or not. So, this is called circular dichroism spectroscopy. This is simple a spectroscopy to understand the structure of any nucleic acid. If there is a structure formation, there will be kind of peak, what I have shown here, negative peak and positive peak, and following this peak I can tell whether double helix, whether it is a quadruplex or triple helix. There is a signature peak for each and every type of nucleic acid structure. In my case, I know I am looking for quadruplex, I know where it should show peak. Now, if I throw the molecules, they will form better and better quadruplex, so that I can expect more and more intense CD signature, which is supposed to be for the quadruplex. That is the same experiment I have shown here. The lowest curve basically without any ligand. Now, I have increased the ligand 1 by 1, not exactly 1 by 1, but in that way I am increasing the concentration, and I am looking whether the single stranded DNA is getting converted to the quadruplex or not in presence of the protein. So, this experiment shows yes, they form quadruplex in presence of the protein, and not only that, it tells me how many molecules per structure I need. It tells at least I need 2 molecules to induce this structure, 1 structure 2 molecules. So, we call it as a stoichiometry. So, this experiment is telling at least the molecule which we have synthesized are inducing structure, and to induce that structure I need at least 2 molecules. Now, this is second experiment. There are several more experiments, but second experiment which is simple I have picked up. there is a spectroscopy called UV visible spectroscopy. So, some chemical molecule has signature, they can absorb light. After absorbing light, they can again release the light. So, I can measure, if the molecule is absorbing light, I can measure how much energy is getting absorbed. DNA is such a molecule, it can absorb light. Now, I can synthesize a piece of DNA in laboratory and try to understand how much energy is absorbing in that way. Now, if I heat this structure, I have a structure, small piece of structure, if I heat it, what it will happen, the absorbance of this nucleic acid will go up. This is known, this is not my discovery, this is known for several years. I am taking this information to understand whether my molecule is binding to the structure or not. I know I have a structure, if I heat it, it will unfold, and as I unfold, absorbance will increase. I am using this knowledge to understand whether my molecule will bind or not. Now, this we define as a Tm or melting temperature. This is nothing but the stability, you can think that it is a stability of this molecule. Okay. Up to this temperature it is fine, above this temperature it will destroy, nothing but that. So, stability. Now, I have a structure, it has some certain stability. I am bringing a molecule and asking that molecule to bind with this structure. So, what will happen? It will increase the stability. That is as simple as that. So, if I increase the stability, they will melt or they will unfold at high temperature. That means, just following the Tm, I will be able to tell whether a molecule is binding or not. So, this is the idea. Blue part is my molecules, they will bind like that. Now, the structure will be much more stable than the earlier structure. Now, if I heat it, again they will be unfolded, but unfolding will happen at high temperature. So, this temperature I will measure, and I will measure the how much shift has been happened for the melting, and the extent of the shift will tell me how strong the binding is. So, this is the experiment we do, and these are the real experiment. The first curve at the left hand side basically free structured DNA, and then I have increased the different amount of molecule, and my expectation is that the curve will shift towards the higher temperature right hand side, and the extent if I measure numerically, I will tell if I have 4 or 5 molecules, which molecule is binding the best. So, in that way we select experimentally or rank the molecule, this is the best molecule, this is the second best molecule, and so on. We took another type of strategy we called FRET, fluorescence resonance energy transfer. What we do, say this black bent part is my structured oligo. I labeled or I chemically attached with a molecule which can absorb light. I can attach another molecule end of this molecule DNA with a molecule which can basically again absorb light, but it will absorb light the amount of light which is donating by this group. So, there will be energy transfer by this group. So, I have a structure, I have a donor, I have a acceptor. This energy transfer is distance dependent. If you keep them further, the energy transfer will be low. If they are coming closer, their energy transfer will be high. So, what I am measuring? I am measuring energy transfer. I can measure it. I am not going into details, but experimental setup I can measure it. Only thing is that I have to design this system with certain preconditions. So, I took the DNA structure, I labeled with a energy donor, I have labeled with energy acceptor. Okay. Now, if I melt them, they will be extended structure, the energy transfer will be low, that is what I am measuring. So, I can measure a FRET efficiency or energy efficiency, again you will get a sigmoidal curve, the midpoint will tell the stability of the structure which I am talking about. Same way, like this way, this is the real experiment. So, this basically fluorescence spectroscopy we use, this is emission spectra, the left hand peak is basically the donor fluorescence and the right hand side peak is the acceptor fluorescence, and if I heat them, they are going to open and the donor is not able to donate, so fluorescence intensity will go up. So, we measure that and we plot as a function of temperature and get the Tm. This is a good condition. Now, what my molecule? My molecule is going to bind this particular structure. So, I have taken this structure, I put my molecule, measured the melting temperature. Now, I am introducing third molecule, which is a double helix DNA into this system. If molecule has any tendency to bind to the double helix, what it will happen? It will open up from the quadruplex structure, which is my real target, will try to bind to the duplex, if it has tendency to the duplex binding. Now, I am giving increasing concentration, like maybe 1000 times more concentration than the quadruplex. So, as there are many sites, if there is any binding tendency to the double helix of this molecule, they will release this site and bind to the duplex. Now, if I follow at that condition, melting temperature, what will happen? The Tm will come back to the original Tm in absence of ligand or drug molecules. Am I clear? Okay. So, we measured that. This is a competition. So, in this competition, if I see that in certain molecule the Tm is not decreasing, that means they are not binding to the duplex. That means that molecule is very specific for the quadruplex. So, there will be very less chance they will bind other than the target site which I am targeting, rest of the chromosome. There are some molecule even very high concentration of duplex DNA, still they do not change the melting temperature of the quadruplex, which means that this molecule is not coming out from the quadruplex and binding to the duplex. That is the real molecule I am looking for. DNA huge in size or chromosome is huge in size. What I am trying to target? The end part of the chromosome. Now, you imagine this rest of the part is very essential for your normal function, because if I stop all functional aspect of DNA, then we are dead, because no biological function will happen. Forget about all, even if you interfere, that means you may have abnormality again in some other cases. You may stop cancer, but you may land up in some other problem. So, is we call side effect. So, we have to understand molecule not only binding the site you are targeting, but it is not binding to the other site of the DNA. So, you have to make sure, yes, that means you are coming with a molecule which may have a drug like properties. Otherwise, it is binding to the target which you are basically targeting, it may bind to the other part of the chromosome. But if they bind, you will end up much worse case than the objective you had. So, you have to make sure. So, you select that kind of molecule, then try to understand the thermodynamics. Thermodynamics, again physics, chemistry people will understand. Anything which will happen in nature, it has to be thermodynamically favorable. There are rules, Gibbs free energy and so on. So, energy has to be low and so on. So, we measure this kind of interaction, whether the interaction I am talking about, because I have to have interaction which is possible in nature. So, thermodynamically it has to be possible our interaction, like if I throw this molecule, it will find its own target, and if thermodynamically allowed binding is happen, then only it will bind. So, I measure all these things, try to understand which are the molecule are thermodynamically favorably it is binding and where the maximum binding is happening. Again, like if there will be binding affinity like strength, which I am talking about the interaction, I can also quantitatively define that this strength of interaction is much better than the other partner. So, we can measure all these things and we can rank molecule based on the rank, and this the experiment isothermal titration calorimeter gives me the idea which is the molecule is binding more tightly with most thermodynamical favorable parameter. So, we do all this kind of experiment. Again, this experiment we do to understand whether the molecule not binding to a duplex or not. If there is no duplex binding, so that means you will not see any binding affinity, you cannot rank them, they will be out of the scale. So, we do all this kind of experiment. Once these are the basically biophysical experiment or physical chemistry experiment, then we try to take it to the cellular level. Whatever I have talked about right now I design in the computer, I don't believe all the result in the computer is correct, I have to validate in my laboratory scale. In a test tube, we do a test tube experiment, we find out which is the best molecule, which has low affinity to the duplex or no affinity to the duplex, which only binds to the quadruplex site, and so on. Then if I come back with a few molecules, then I have started maybe 4 or 5, and now I am going to the test in the cellular level. Cellular level means we can culture cell, the minimum unit of our body in laboratory. We can culture them, we can allow them to grow, and these cells helps us to understand the biology in the molecular level. So, use this experiment. What I am trying to stop? I am trying to stop a signal, and all the signal basically are generated by a protein. Okay, like say whether I will smile or not, it depends, some amount of protein is getting expressed or not. If it is over expressing or expressing more, I will smile more. In a depression, there will be some protein which is not getting expressed. I can provide this protein and make you happy. So, biology can be fine tuned. So, in this case also, I can monitor the concentration of that protein in presence of my ligand which is controlling the cancer. So, this is basically this kind of experiment. What my expectation? If I throw my molecule into the cell and measure the protein concentration at different level, the concentration of protein will go down. That is what we have done. Basically, we do not measure protein directly, we measure the molecule from where protein is getting synthesized, that is called messenger RNA. We measure messenger RNA. There is a technique called real time PCR polymer chain reaction, by which we can quantify the amount of messenger RNA which is going to be produced. Now, we quantify in presence of this molecule an expectation that the concentration of that messenger RNA will go down if I increase the concentration of the ligand molecules. So, that is what we measure. We measure at different concentration, 5 micromolar, 50 micromolar, 100, 200 micromolar, and we see around 200 micromolar I can almost come down a concentration where there is no protein. Okay. So, I can now decide the dosage which I need to treat a particular disease. This is not a single experiment I can decide. There are similar many experiments by which I can have an idea whether you need low concentration or high concentration. If dosage is low, we are happy. You cannot to treat your normal disease, you cannot have drug molecule like a food, 1 kilograms of rice like that. Okay, you have to have very low quantity to treat your drug molecule, because these are not food. Okay, so low concentration effective molecules are always welcome. So, this is one of the last experiment. What we do? We use model system. Like it is not one cell system, we go to the multi-cell system, because ultimate our body is a multicellular system. It has to work with the coordination with different part of the body and so on. There are different type of model system. You can use rat, mice, you can use even dog. In drug research, dog has been used, monkey has been used, and so on. There are many. Okay. One of the interesting model system which we have in our institute is zebrafish. It is an Indian fish which is available in Northeast and well established animal model for study human disease. And we are lucky to have a colleague who is basically zebrafish specialist, Dr. Shivbhat Subbu. He has created a good system or interesting system where from you can pick up different type of fish. Like if he has created a fish who is mimic cancer, he has created a fish who is mimic cardiovascular disease. It is not exactly what is cardiovascular disease? Basically, it is a dysfunctional of a heart. Okay. So, he has created such a way that he has genetically modified the fish such a way that the fish has heart problem. Now, you treat a molecule and try to see whether fish is getting rescued or not. He has created fish who is basically mimicking a type of cancer. Now, you treat your molecule and try to see whether fish is rescuing from that cancer or not. These are all basically model system and mimic. It may not be true at the last level, but I cannot start with the last level, because it is not only money consuming, but also time as well as effort. Okay. So, we try to build step by step, and zebrafish is one of the model system we use. Cancer tissue or cell, to survive what you need to have blood vessel formation, okay, because they need oxygen and oxygen come only from blood. Now, if you try to stop blood, you can also kill cancer cell. There is another way to treat the cancer called angiogenesis, okay, and it has been seen that when cancer cell is growing, blood vessel is becoming very effective. So, they create their own machinery such a way that whatever they need cancer they design and establish within the body. Now, if I can stop this blood vessel formation by anyhow very specifically in the cancer cell, again I can treat cancer. There is another area of research people are working very aggressively. So, what Sridhar has done, the DNA structure which we are working, he has inbuilt it or engineered in such a way that one of the gene contain these sequences and helps blood vessel formation. Now, if my molecule is going and binding, so this DNA is not able to function in a correct way, that means this DNA will not produce a protein which is needed for blood vessel formation. Now, if I can just monitor the blood vessel formation, I can tell you whether my molecule is working or not. Interestingly, the fish is very transparent. That means I can observe from outside. I can again genetically modify such a way that all blood vessel is color. Like one protein on the blood vessel will be colored in nature, so that I can visually observe. So, these are possible in genetically engineered way. So, we used this fish. This is a fluorescence image of the fish, real fish, and you can see that all the green tube like are the blood vessel. Now, if I treat my drug molecules, what I will see that the broken of the, you can see that right hand side is a picture that blood vessel formation is no longer there. In this case, I have treated the fish with the molecule which is not allowing blood vessel formation. So, that means the molecules which we have designed can bind with the structure which I am talking about. Not only it binds to the structure, it is functional at the cellular level. Not only it is functional at the cellular level, it can go to the multicellular level also. Beyond that, I do not know yet. So, that is what we are working on. Here I will stop. Thanking once more to all of you.